actually skipped waves 2, 3, and 4. Remember that every wave is exactly the same for the most part, except the last wave is where a boss comes in. We've got a couple level 5s, a couple level 4s, quite a few level 3, one level 1. Luckily we got one level 1 in there. I just wanted to show you the difference between, wave 1 with only 3 monsters and you're like, oh, that's too easy. Well, now we have 11 monsters on the board and these guys really do damage. I mean, this guy right here, he does 7 damage. So if he was in range of Valcor or anyone, he would have actually done, he could have done 7 damage to them. So it's really important that you realize that it's going to get much harder as we go along. The first wave is not always the best example of the game because you're like, oh, well, that's just too easy. But 11 monsters, especially when they get exponentially harder. Probably linearly harder, but it seems exponential, especially if you roll really poorly. All the monsters have come in, and then our heroes and allies have attacked. We have 11 monsters on the board. What I've done is I'm just going to show you the entrance of the boss. Now, when the boss comes in after everyone moves and attacks one more time. So everyone's going to move the amount they're supposed to move, and then the boss is going to come in. We've now moved all of our monsters for the second time. So remember, they came in, they moved, then they attacked, then we attacked, and now they moved, they upkeep, moved, attacked our characters. Now after that point, they bring in their boss. We have this guy, he is actually called the Ancient Enchanter. So we pull his boss card. Now bosses have their own stat card. So now this guy is crazy, right? He's a pyramid avatar, and he rides an overpowered camel. So for this guy, we actually have to kill him twice, essentially. We have to kill the camel, and we have to kill the pyramid avatar. And the pyramid avatar will not take any damage until the camel is dead. On top of all that, he's going to grant +1 bonuses to all foes' other damage resistances. So every damage resistance, melee, ranged, and supernatural on all of these guys is going to be +1. So we need to get him killed as fast as possible so we can start doing more damage to them. And of course he has his own attack, range, and hit roll. He's going to be our boss. Now the way he comes in is he comes in just like any other monster. We're going to roll the d12. It's going to give us 7. 7 will give us our odd number, and we're going to say he comes in on the odd track. So he's going to come in on the odd track, and he has a move rate just like any other, which is 6. And it's more than just a 6, it's 6x. So it's even worse. They're not going to be able to be tanked. He's going to move the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He bumps back to right here. So that's just an important note, just to let you know, is that if the monster's occupying a space and they're both ground monsters or both flying monsters, if they move up, then he just bumps back. Now, to finish the game, we have to kill all of these guys before they destroy the castle gate or kill all of our heroes, and that would be the end of the game.
Here we have the actual box of the game. I must say that the artwork of the game as a whole is fantastic, but the box is quite impressive with a unique artwork on all 6 sides. This is a promotional copy of the game, therefore the component and print quality shown are much lower than that of the final production copies. Next, we have some pictures of the final wave, as seen in the gameplay part of this video. We see how the final wave is definitely more of a challenge for our allies with 11 monsters marching toward the castle gate. Another aspect of the game I really like is how the hit point tokens stacked underneath the monster tokens will make those harder to kill monsters look even more intimidating. Here we see our archers trying to snipe some monsters as they round the first bend. On top of the first tower, we have our sorcerer and cleric backing up Valcor down on the path. Finally, we have Robin, who moved to protect the castle gate toward the end of the wave. Here we see the stock bleed, burn, slow, stun, and bless tokens. Here we have some examples of our reward cards, some of the reinforcement cards we can buy, the equipment cards we can get for our heroes, and of course our uber overpowered armory cards. Starting with our infamous monster selection grid, we then move to our turn reminder plaque for upkeep, move, and attack. Each of the 5 monster levels come with their own color felt bags. This is great for both organization as well as random drawing. The bosses come with their own black felt bag for the tokens, and each boss comes with their own stat card. I really enjoy the artwork of the bosses. While some of them are very tongue-in-cheek ridiculous, the other ones are crazy malicious looking. It's a good balance. Here we have the 5 different types of Hireables. Each Hireable has 3 levels it can be upgraded to. Some of the Hireable tokens even have Kickstarter backer names on them. Others are just blank, so you can put your own name on them. Now let's be honest, the heroes are what really make the King's Armory. Each hero comes with their own stat card, token, and halvesies dice. The dice in this picture are very early prototypes, and the final halvesies dice are exponentially better. In these pictures, we can see the core 7 heroes. Next, here we have our 7 expansion heroes. The base game comes with hero tokens, but if you choose, you can add pewter or bronze minis for your heroes. The minis are quite beautiful, and here you can see the scale of them compared to a die. As John always says, this is your game. And thank you so much for watching the King's Armory miniseries here on CastleCon. Click on Caltrop the Parrot to visit Casey's channel, and click on Rhett's D20 in the top right-hand corner to visit John's Kickstarter campaign for halvesies dice.